So now, back to those Jehovah's Witnesses standing on your doorstep. That is their ultimate goal, is to convince you to believe this, that there is a small group of men who live in Brooklyn who are in direct communication with Jesus Christ. So in fact, what they're really saying is, look, here is Jesus Christ, and He's speaking to people on the earth now, and He's speaking to them inside the Brooklyn Bethel headquarters of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, and this is the only place from which you can get truths from Jesus Christ Himself. There are now well over 6 million Jehovah's Witnesses around the world who are going to people's doorsteps with this ultimate goal of convincing them that these things are true. And in order to do that, they also have to be convinced that it's true. They believe it. They believe that Jesus Christ is providing instruction to this entire earth through this small group of men from somewhere deep inside the Brooklyn Bethel headquarters of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. And so with this in mind, I would now like you to very carefully listen to an important thing that Jesus Christ told us. It's in the Bible, in the book of Matthew, in the same chapter 24, and in verse 23. Listen very carefully to this. Look it up in your own Bibles so that you can be absolutely certain that what I'm now telling you is true, and you'll have all the ammunition you need to give an answer to those Jehovah's Witnesses standing at your doorstep. So listen carefully. I'm going to read this from the New World Translation of the Holy Bible, but it says almost the same thing in any kind of translation. So it's Matthew chapter 24, verse 23. This is a recording of what Jesus Christ told His righteous followers. These are the words of Jesus Christ, His warning for the end times. Here we go. Then, if anyone says to you, "Look, here is the Christ," or "There," do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will arise, and will give great signs and wonders, so as to mislead, if possible, even the chosen ones. Look, I have forewarned you. Therefore, if people say to you, "Look, He is in the wilderness," do not go out. "Look, He is in the inner chambers." Do not believe it. And yet, 6 million, over 6 million, Jehovah's Witnesses are going from door to door saying, "Look, here is the Christ. He's in the inner chambers of the Brooklyn Bethel headquarters, giving us instruction through a small, exclusive group of men." And so, even though Jesus Christ Himself said that if someone tries to convince you to believe this, that you should not believe it, do not believe it, over 6 million Jehovah's Witnesses believe it, in direct opposition to the warning He gave us, so that we could be safe for the time of the end and keep ourselves away from any kind of misrepresentation of Himself. So now you, as the person living in the house with Jehovah's Witnesses at your doorstep, understand what they're trying to convince you to believe. You should now have the ammunition and the conviction to give them a proper answer using Bible scriptures. So write down those Bible scriptures that I've quoted in this video, so that when they knock on your door, you know exactly what to say to them. Now, I quoted several Watchtower magazine articles. I'm going to put them in a blog, And where possible in the venue that you're watching this video in, I'm going to put links to that blog so that you, as the householder, can be prepared. You can cut and paste those Watchtower magazine articles and the books that I quoted from, and have them ready for the next time a Jehovah's Witness knocks on your door. Be prepared. It really is happening. The things that Jesus Christ warned us about are really happening. Even the chosen ones are being deceived. What I'd like to do now is recap by bringing your attention to an org chart which can be found in the December 15th, 1971 Watchtower magazine. This org chart depicts the way the governing body would have you believe that Jesus Christ is communicating with them. The Jehovah's Witnesses standing on your doorstep are instructed to convince you to believe this. Please remember that the 8,000 plus other anointed ones of the faithful and discreet slave are not invited to participate, and the governing body just represents them. In fact, if any one of them was to tell you that the things I'm explaining are true, then they would be disfellowshipped, excommunicated. And so the Jehovah's Witnesses standing on your doorstep will convince you to believe that Jesus Christ is in direct communication.
Here is the Christ.
They are saying, look, here's the Christ talking to the governing body.
Here is the Christ.
From somewhere deep inside the Brooklyn Bethel headquarters of the Watchtower Bible
Look,
and
here's the
Tract
Christ.
Society.
Look, the Brooklyn Bethel.
Look,
We're in the neighborhood today, sharing some
there,
Bible truths with
there,
people
at the Brooklyn
and
Bethel,
showing them
at the Watchtower
our
Bible
Watchtower
and Tract
magazines.
Society. There.
We're glad to find you home
Look,
today.
here's the Christ. I have warned you.
I warned you.
There, in the Brooklyn Bethel.
Look, here's the Christ.
Do not
There.
believe it. Here is
Look,
the Christ. Do
here
not
is the
believe
Christ.
it.
There,
Do not believe
in the inner
it.
chambers.
He's in the inner chamber. There.
He's in the Brooklyn Bethel,
There, in the Brooklyn
at the
Bethel.
headquarters.
Look, here's the Christ.
That's where the governing body
Do not
is.
believe it.
He's in the inner chambers.
Do not
There.
believe it.
Look,
There
here is the Christ. There,
He's in the inner chambers.
he's at the Brooklyn
Look.
Bethel.
Here's the Christ. There.
Hi, we're in your neighborhood today
In the
to
inner
share
chambers.
some important
Do
Bible
not
truths.
believe it. There's the Christ. Look,
Do not
here's
believe
Christ.
it.
Do not.
There,
Do not.
he's in the inner chambers.
There's the Christ. Now look.
Do not believe it. Don't believe it. Please don't believe it. Do not. I've written a book. It's called Jehovah's Witnesses, the Bible Report. In the venue that you're watching this video in, I will try and put a link to a place where you can get it. In this book, you'll see the disgusting thing standing in a holy place. You'll understand who the man of lawlessness is. You'll understand how the man of lawlessness enters the temple and how he lifts himself up above a god. You'll understand who Babylon the Great really is and why. You'll understand what the unclean expressions are and who they really gather together. Who the drunkards are and what it means to eat and drink with them. You'll see through Satan's unrighteous deception and understand how spectacularly successful it has really been. Now that you know these things, you need to tell your own family, your friends, your neighbors, your workmates. Email a link to this video to everyone you know. They all deserve to understand the truth. They all need to know what to say when the Jehovah's Witnesses arrive at their doorstep. They need to protect themselves according to the warning that Jesus Christ himself gave. You now are obliged to share this with all the people that you know. Please do that. Help them to understand what's happening in the world today, that the things Jesus Christ said are really happening. Thank you.